co-main event, you got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. What do you think about the matchup? Devin Haney moving up to welterweight to fight the biggest puncher and the WBO champion.
Well, it's a good fight, man. That's a real good matchup. Yeah, they on that card, huh? Yeah, that's a good matchup. Yeah, that's a good fight. I like it. Yeah, I like it. That's something that if he came to me and say, "Hey, should I fight Brian Norman?" Yeah, I'd have said, "Let's do it."
What do you think about the matchup per se? Obviously, Devin Haney had, a lackluster performance with Ramirez, and obviously moving up with a younger lion that possibly punches a lot harder than Ramirez. What do you think about people saying that Devin could be too gun shy for this type of opponent?
Nah, I think dude, in my opinion, it's a real good matchup. I like it because it's risky and it's but Dev he step up when the competition step up. So, he gonna be on his P's and Q's and dude gonna be trying to get it too. He got that dog in him. He can punch. He probably got in his mind that he could hurt him, but that ain't enough though, because when all fail, I'm sure that ain't their only game plan, but when all fail and you can't hurt him, then what? But I just think Dev just too slick for him, I trained him, so I seen him and I know what he got. If he fight the way he's supposed to fight and he do what I know he can do, then shit. I know a way that I know he can beat him fairly easy, as crazy as it sounds. Just me knowing Devin and what he can do, he can beat him fairly easy. He could make it hard if he make it hard. If he fight, you could fight the wrong way and make a fight harder than it's supposed to be. That's the only, on Brian Norman end. That's other than that, if Dev do what he's supposed to do, I think it could be like I ain't gonna say exactly like a Regis Prograis fight, but like it could be similar, but dude, he more. I like it though. Like, I like dude.
Regis
Norman
is a southpaw.
that don't mean nothing. I'm just saying
Nothing.
style. Like a dude he gonna be coming forward.
Regis is smaller than Norman.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they fight different ways, but I'm saying as far as their styles, they both from. When you break down the regions, and I kind of know every region and how they fight for the most part. He a Southern fighter. They kind of more. They really don't have. Even if they could box a little bit, they not slick. I ain't gonna give away too much though. You know what I mean? But if I know how Dev can beat him easy, I just put it like that. But dude, the dog though, so he gonna put the. I mean, he can win. It's a chance for him to win. He could punch, like you say. He a real welterweight. Hat off to Dev for fighting him, but I just think Dev got too much experience and he boxed too good for him. So if he fight how he's supposed to fight, he could make it easy. Not easy, because dude is a dog and he could punch and he could punch and all that. But I see dude getting in there and saying, "Damn, dude, better than I thought." Like you could have that reaction with a dude like Devin, and getting in there easier said than done. Everybody on the outside could talk and say this and that, but when it get down to it, Dev is a better fighter than him. Not taking no credit from Norman because he a dog and he can fight, but I don't think he got the experience and he's seen too many Devin Haneys, to be honest with you. And then, I know dude moved around a lot in spar, which probably helped, but just seeing what I see, it's a dangerous fight though. Don't get me wrong though. Good fight.
Obviously, Devin had a hard time with the left hook with Ryan Garcia. Also, Brian Norman, knocked out Jen Sasaki with the left hook. Also got some power on that same hand. Do you feel like, that could be a situation as well?
Where the situation, what you talking about, his hook?
Yeah, like yeah. Do you feel like he could have a hard time, defending, Brian
Yeah,
Norman's
but he
hook?
not as fast as Ryan though.
Okay. So do you feel like that's the biggest uh advantage point that you see that Devin has in this fight, or is there Is there numerous of things?
Yeah, it's new. I mean, dude got his advantages 100%. So I ain't even gonna act like it's a definitely
He's
dangerous. It's a tough, dangerous fight for both of them. But I'm just saying, as somebody that worked with Devin and know him, that if I'm training him, I know what's in my mind to beat him to where it ain't really like no issue. Like, okay, let's do this. I know a handful of things where I'm like, man, let's ice him. We ain't fuck all that what he did to this dude and that dude and his hook. Trinidad had a great hook, but he couldn't get it off on Bernard Hopkins though, because Bernard was crafty. And I'm just making an example. We talking about one of the best left hookers in history. But man, I take my hat off to Brian Norman and his pops though, because I've been watching they come up and everything, but I just think Dev just got too much experience and box too well. You know what I mean? So, but just in my mind, I always look and see, damn, how would I beat him? I could look at it on dude's side too and say, okay, dude, definitely dangerous, though.
Do you feel like what's the percentages in that fight? Do you see?
Like 70-30, Devin Haney, though.
Wow, big spread.
Maybe even 80-20, in my opinion.
Whoa,
Shit, this just me being real.
that's
Like,
disrespectful.
yeah, this is me being honest. Like, I'm only saying this because I know Devin and I trained him. And I've been seeing the kid box since he was 8 years old. And I trained him.
Yeah,
So, but I'm still just going off of how I would train him and what I see. So,
you don't
but
you don't know if that's
Norman,
gonna come out that night.
yeah, I don't know what the game plan is, how he gonna be training or none of that. So, but at the same time, I see some things that Norman can capitalize on, but I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know what to do because you can't look at the last fight and say, "Oh, we gonna do this." Because number one, like I say, Ryan is different than Norman. Ryan got way more speed. He taller, explosive, and he fought Devin a million times coming up. That's another factor too. But that's just like I say, that's my opinion. Even though Devin my guy, I'm gonna keep it real.
No,
If
that's valid.
if you said Shakur or Tank, okay, I could say 50-50, 60-40 or whatever. But I just don't see dude just having enough other
But
than his power.
but
Now
damn,
dude could fight.
20, 80, 70,
Yeah,
30,
yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand
nasty
on that.
work.
Oh, I'm gonna stand on that. And this
Yeah.
now dude could fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying style wise and what I know. I trained Devin, but dude can fight, so I like it. Like if you said a certain style with dude, I'd probably be like, damn, now you go toe to toe with this cat, you let him catch up with you, you trade, or your defense ain't tight. It's just certain things. But I just think right now, man, dude, a little too young. How old is the cat?
Yo, he's young. He's 23.
Yeah, I don't think he got enough experience for Devin. And he gonna
23,
see. I think
24.
this is what I think. I think he gonna see that when he in there. He could fight though. I like Norman, man. He a dog, But
But he lacks that much experience, you say.
in my opinion, but it's only gonna matter if Devin fight the right way though. That's what I'm trying to say. See,
Uh,
the only
right.
thing is that I see is him fighting the wrong way is the only way it could make it hard. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm only saying this because I trained Devin. So I'm looking at it in a certain way where I know what he can do. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So, but Brian is a dangerous fight, man. So hats off to to Devin even jumping up fighting this dude first fight at 47. I can't argue with nobody to say Norman gonna win. I put it like that. It ain't like a delusional pick on the other side. You get what I mean?
Even though you give it a 20%,
I'll say 70-30, 80-20.
30.
But this is me envisioning the Devin that I know. What I would say, hey, do this, do that, let's do this, let's do that. I know what you're supposed to be doing in there because that's the only thing with a lot of fighters today. Sometimes you could be a real good fighter, fight the wrong fight and lose just because of that. Or a dude can be close with you, because you fought the wrong fight. That happened in every sport. But I'm saying a lot of times, these fighters, they not consistent on what they're supposed to be doing. But when you master and you do what you're supposed to do, it's harder to lose that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like Floyd knew what he was supposed to do. You wasn't beating him because and that's something that Terrence is good at. Canelo good at it, so good fight though, man. Real good fight. Yep.
Carlos Vargas, thank you for the $5. You really think Devin holds up once Norman's brick hands touch that chin after the trauma from Ryan fight? Let's be real. Haney won't be the same.
Now, that's where I put his 30-20% is hurting Devin. If he don't hurt him, he don't got a shot.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Kick and punch. He's he seems like he's hurting almost everything that he touches.
No, he could punch. He got that freakish, like I say, he got that southern power in him. See, I didn't box everywhere, right? I didn't live in Houston and train down there. I used to box the Charlos a lot because I was older, but they was bigger. So I used to box with them all the time. And I know that southern thing. They got that brute strength, them southern cats. Now, with Devin, you might as well say Devin, the Midwest fighter, like where I'm from, the Michigan, Ohio. And then he got the Bay. They got good, technical. They fight good off the jab and all that. But I'm saying Devin come from the same school I come from. So it's just things that I know, that can be done. But yeah, I say, dude, no, I like dude, so I ain't taking no credit. But I think the reason why I only give him 30% or 20 is because it all go with him hurting him. I don't see him outpointing and beating Devin just by decision without putting him on the ground or really shaking him up. Now, you can get shook up because it's the pros. Everybody he might shake Norman up. Ain't nobody think he was going to shake Regis up when they fought, remember? I did. I didn't think he was going to shake him up, but I knew he'd beat him. But I'm saying when I really think and just look at the style and be like, all right, but they both complement each other. Like both of them kind of fit each other's style. Like Norman is dangerous for Devin, and Devin is dangerous for Norman. So it's a good fight.
And what and in dangers, you mean by just dangerous because doesn't have the same IQ level, because he doesn't have the same, certain matches that he needed to get before fighting a Devin Haney per se?
Well, oh, you talking about Norman?
Norman, yeah, because it seems like, you said it was dangerous for Norman. I
Well,
want to know
I ain't
why
saying
you think
dangerous
it's
as
dangerous.
far as like punishment, but as far as like he could get up in there, and when he get to, like I say, I'm envisioning myself training Devin, so I'm imagining what I would have him do. That's the thing. Like I know what I got in my mind and knowing Devin, like, oh, come on, we ain't gotta be too much worried about this. All we gotta do is X, Y, and Z. Ain't really like no. And this coming from me liking Brian Norman. Like, I grew, I like Brian. I think, the way that he fight, but I think the way that he fight is more like if you in front of him or if you run out of gas and he catch up to you. But he do got his little athleticism but I just think that he too young, inexperienced. And I think that what I know of Devin, if Devin implemented, then yeah, it could be like a unanimous decision on Devin then. Dude looked like he got a chin and he could take it. Devin moving up. So yeah, I see Devin winning a good decision.